The final best of 3 in the EU closed qualifiers. That's right, it's grand finals time, and we've got aggressive mode versus chicken fighters fighting it up for their place in the Hainan Masters Invitational. $300,000 is on the line at that tournament. It's an event in China, and winning this game will get you a one-way plane ticket there. And probably the plane ticket back, actually, now I think about it, because it'd be pretty stupid to invite a team and not give them a ticket back and leave them stranded in China. Joining me on this journey, it's Mo Farah. How's it going, man?
I'm going great. We've had a lot of build up to this. We've had a lot of games, a lot of series. So this is finally everything coming together. And these two teams have already played each other once in the upper bracket final, remember?
They have
indeed. So lots of mind games going.
Yeah, and just to remind everybody about that upper bracket final, Chicken Fighters took game number 1 fairly convincingly. Game number 2 was a bit more convincingly for aggressive mode. However, Chicken Fighters did throw in a bit of a curveball. They had a Nagasara in support, a Darkseer in the off lane, and what else was there? A Disruptor support as well, making for this kind of meme combo type thing. And the Kling still did really well. He was godlike in that game, but unfortunately it wasn't enough to hold aggressive mode out of their base. And that was it, basically. Meanwhile,
I was just going to say, I feel like there are certain mid players that love Clinks and others that are like, I don't want to touch that hero whatsoever. And I know like Limp really likes playing Clinks as well, and Mr. Supreme himself has been playing Clinks a lot this tournament, so it's probably going to pop up at some point, I would assume, in the drafts.
You would expect so. Unfortunately, it's not a best of 5 grand final, it's only a best of 3 final, which is a little bit disappointing, but, you know, should still see it, I reckon, unless it's like a quick 2-0 from one team or the other. So what do you think aggressive mode's chances are? Because obviously they lost to Elder Chicken Fighters in the best of 3 previously. Despite their best efforts, is this going to go the same way?
I mean, they've got momentum in their favour, right? Like, they've just come in from the series before. They're on a high. They won 2-0 pretty easily, I would say. Not easily, but well fought and well executed. I was going to come into this series and say, I think this Elder Titan, we talked about it yesterday, it was so well played by Seneca in game 1, so well played by Spartan in game 2. It was going to be probably a big point of contention again today, and it instantly gets first picked. Not too surprising.
Yeah, it was a huge pick for aggressive mode last game. I think it was Spartan laying down an amazing performance in game number 2 for their match. So Chicken Fire's going to be grabbing it this time around. Milan had some pretty fun times on the other Titan as well.
What do you play when you see the ET there? Like, there's still obviously loads of decent heroes out, but they're using a lot of their reserve time for their first pick. I feel like they should have known something like this was coming. The Viper band's interesting though. Did not see that.
Yeah, that is a surprising one. Chicken Fighters, they know something, or maybe they're just going to pick something which has lots of passives.
The only other thing I can think of is that they didn't want to take a strong hero out of the pool. Like, they wanted to leave it in. And then it gives them more options for, like, when the picks come up.
Burn a ban. Meanwhile, aggressive mode are down to 45 seconds only of reserve time. I don't know where all the reserve time has gone. Did they start with full?
Yeah, they did. Yeah. They've just taken a long time to think about their bans and open it.
Most curious.
5 seconds remaining.
What heroes do you want to see being played here? We've already talked about the Clinks. What about Lil? What do you want him to be on? I mean, he might even be on this Disruptor already.
I think Spartan's been playing Disruptor nearly all the time for them. Yeah, I'm looking at like the Rubik kind of heroes. Maybe we've seen him play Batrider. It wasn't successful, but I still think it's a decent hero. Kind of upset Zelda Titan's game. Oh wow, it's an early TA pick for Baron.
That's extremely early. Yeah, they wanted to get this TA tied up and finished off. Now, usually when this happens, we say, okay, well, you've got a bunch of bans now to come. You can ban 2 counters to the TA, but Chicken Fighters could come in with something here and punish this TA pick immediately if they wanted to pick something which it really doesn't like in the mid lane. Perhaps the Huskar could be an example. Meepo, another one, yeah. They play it. Supreme loves Meepo. That's a really good choice, actually. Doesn't mind Disruptor either.
I think Razor and SF are 2 heroes that we could think about here as well. SF's not obviously amazing against TA, but
no, I wouldn't think they'd take it now.
Because they're probably saying to Supreme at the moment, okay, like, you know your matchup, what do you want to play? Like, how do you feel about da 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 or da da da. And I think they could just pick up something like a Lich here as well, which is okay against the TA. But then they kind of, I feel like Seneca really wants to be playing the ET here. So maybe something like Wyvern might be okay for Milan.
Team ban.
Oh, they do go SF.
Wow, you're right. They really did just go all in for the SF. Great, another TA Shadow Fiend matchup.
I really like it. It's really skill based. I think it's like really volatile, super fun to watch.
Yeah.
And there's lots of potential for someone to make a stupid mistake, which is always fun. I think you have to be thinking about trying to take the Slark out if you're aggressive mode here as well. Obviously not just because of the Bloodseeker, but I think Slark's a really popular pick at the moment. ET kind of secures his lane really easily as well.
Yeah, Charlie, he's
5 seconds
I mean,
remaining.
Charlie's not actually like a super specific core player. He seems to play just about every type of core, but my favorite hero of his is definitely his Lycan. His Lycan always impresses me, although he did struggle with it previously. I can't remember which game it was. Oh,
They've
no,
been
it
really
was
enjoying-
aggressive mode actually picked it and they lost with it.
They've really enjoyed picking him Lone Druid as well, which is something they might go for.
Yeah, same style of hero for sure.
There's so many heroes that just didn't get touched at all in the first place, like Omni Knight got completely ignored, Lich got ignored, Abaddon got ignored,
10
Rubik got
seconds
ignored. What else is there? Like Tree got completely ignored as well.
Team ban.
Just in favor of this mid matchup. And I honestly think aggressive mode are going to be really strapped for time now. They are playing right on the.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? It's going to force them into some very, very quick picks. I don't want Spartan to be in this position if I'm his teammates here, because it's going to be a case of when this happens, it'll be just the draft of picking. He won't really have that much time, or he'll be like, please pick some, tell me something you want straight away.
Radiant
And it was his
Well,
own
they
pick
don't-
as well. It was, you can't even be like, maybe someone's taking a long time to answer. It wasn't. He picked his own hero. Wyvern is getting picked up by aggressive mode here. Nice pick into the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't mind it too much. They need to make sure they get some kind of catch now on the Chicken Fighters side. Something that gets on the back lines. This Disruptor Wyvern going to be trying to break the fight up a little bit. You know, they have these big old Static Storm into... Sorry, the Winter Scales into Static Storm is really nice as
5
well.
seconds remaining.
I think they're probably looking at picking Milan's hero here. I honestly really want to see a Batrider. I think I've said it so many times, and I feel like loads of teams aren't looking at the hero at all.
Which hero, sorry?
Batrider.
Batrider. Yeah, the guy still feels really good, and he's a nice flexible pick now as well.
Radiant
But,
team
as you say, not many seem to be interested, or it's going to be a Milan Spirit Breaker instead, or possibly even a Saneko Spirit Breaker. I'm not sure.
It's probably going to be Milan's hero.
Yeah, he does love it.
I really don't know about this. I mean, it's good at getting on the back line, right? So that's nice. But they have Glimpse that can just throw you all the way back again. It's pretty weak in the laning stage. It doesn't really do anything to Disruptor or Wyvern at the start of the game.
remaining.
And it, might possibly indicate that they're looking towards a Darkseer again as
Team pick.
Now, where is this Abaddon going to be played? Because it worked out very nicely before for them as a carry, and considering they've already got the Disruptor and the Wyvern, I feel like it might be carry Abaddon once again from aggressive mode. They seem to believe in it.
Yeah, they could.
I really didn't like it
pers-
last time though. I didn't. It was the build I had a problem with. I didn't like the Radiance build. I just don't think it's strong anymore. So Chicken Fighters are going to go in for the Darkseer.
I honestly think it's more likely to be off lane. But the thing I like about this Abba pick is that they now have this double save potential. Like you've got the Wyvern and the Abba to keep this TA alive. So as long as she has a decent start to the game, you kind of have that big tanky frontliner that you can enable on these two heroes.
Now, part of me wants aggressive mode to ban Naga Siren, but then the other part of me wants to see some more shenanigans from Chicken Fighters. Damn it, they did ban it. And I was going to say, the other part of me says they're going to go for this Radiance on Abaddon again, and with Wyvern as well. It's not a great pickup, but they will ban it anyway, so
I think
Sea
Ember
Druid.
and Lone Druid are the most likely to for chicken fires.
I was just imagining a song into rupture. No, song into vacuum Shadow Fiend ult would be pretty GG. So yeah,
Is that,
that's what happens.
do you call that doing the hokey cokey when they get sucked in and then pushed out again?
Yeah. That is a hokey cokey play, you're right. I'm almost disappointed they didn't. Well, it might still happen without Naga, but it seems hard. So, new pick needed for chicken fighters now. They need a carry. They need someone who is going to control the pace of the game for them a little bit because they don't have a ton of damage except for the Shadow Fiend, who does have a ton of damage, but I'm not sure you can
Yeah.
totally on it.
They definitely don't have a Charlie hero though at the moment, and he played Ember
No.
pretty successfully, I would say. It didn't go massively well for them in the game overall, but he had a decent performance on the hero. The only problem I would have is that they need something that lanes well up against the Abaddon, and I don't think Ember's the one. Yeah, so they just
Yeah,
go
it's
back for the Druid.
Yeah. We started the game talking about this Druid, and we end the draft talking about the Druid. It is the Lonely Man and his bear. God knows what he gets up to in the woods with that man. That's the final pick. In aggressive mode, we'll respond with the Slardar. All right.
So it's Skitter Abba.
Skitterabber indeed, yeah. Good job, anybody who predicted that. Must be a very smart person. Alrighty, that is your lineups all picked up. So looking at these, digesting these heroes, figuring out how all these guys work together, who do you prefer, Mo Farah? Where is your money on this game?
I'm gonna go for aggressive mode. I think this Slardar's
Yep.
look really good whenever we've seen it.
It
So
has. It's
they have the Corrosive Haste to give vision for the glimpse as well, which is really nice. I think this Wyvern's just going to disrupt the whole game, and I think they're going to be really difficult to bring anybody down on the aggressive mode side. I just don't believe in this Spirit Breaker Darkseer. It's not looked good when we've seen it so far, and I don't think it'll look good this game either.
fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, I do find it hard to disagree. However, chicken fighters are in some real comfort heroes here. Sableye Darkseer, Milan Spirit Breaker, every single one of these picks, they are fully in their comfort zone. And aggressive mode, I mean, this Abaddon thing is new. And the Slardar has not been a super common pick recently, so Skylark might feel... But it's a good draft from aggressive mode. I think from earlier on today, I'm not going to doubt them. I think aggressive mode have game number one.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident, but again, it's this volatile mid matchup, right? Like whatever happens in this mid lane dictates so much of the tempo of the game, and I feel like the TAs just had the upper hand in a lot of this TASF shenanigans going on, especially when it's Baraniha. It feels like TAs is most comfortable.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm not even surprised to see it as a first phase pick. It's often turns this way eventually. What else are they going to pick at mid? We never see anything else at mid. Mid's the boringest lane in these drafts so far.
Boringest. That's a word.
Boringest, yes.
Yeah, it's been pretty standard, hasn't it? A lot of this event. We saw some DK, which is nice. We saw some Storm. But yeah, the TASF definitely the most popular too.
Oxford English Dictionary, adjective, boringest, superlative form of boring, aka the most boring.
I didn't even think boringest was a word.
Get out of here. Anyway, Charlie makes eye contact with Skylark. Skylark gonna take some right clicks in his butt as he gets in towards the river where he wants to be. No benefit from it just yet, but, you know, fish in river always feels nice. Maybe every fisher should get 1 extra movement speed in the river.
I hope not.
Okay, moving on.
We started Windlace on Elder Titan. Wow, so not very much regen. I thought we usually see the Elder Titan start with a salve at least.
Yeah, but wants to just get that Astral Spirit moving as quickly as possible. It's based on its own movement speed, isn't it? As they get in with the stun, and that's going to make an easy grab for Skylark there. Meanwhile, Sableye and Milan will grab the bounty runes elsewhere on the map, and there is one more to grab, and Skylark's on the way, but he's taking some heavy hits here. Another stun out from him. Nice low cooldown on that spell. So Skylark will be able to grab the set. Oh.
Oh, this is...
He might have messed up here. Can they keep going, though? No, the Druid wants to get back to lane. Seneco's going to keep on chasing as Skylark chuckles to himself as he runs himself all the way around back to the tower. Seneko might get one more hit off, but unfortunately, nah, can't get the any more damage from that in. And tries to cancel a salve as well, but once again also cancels that one out. Skylark just taunting over and over again. Meanwhile,
It's a TP.
Sableye has to TP back. Yeah, this is really costly, but he has got an Iron Shell on the creeps, so hopefully they don't get denied, but that's a pretty bold hope.
Yeah, and if Milan cuts the second wave as well, he won't miss any of the XP, so that's something.
Yeah, true. But Darkseer 0-0, so yeah, that Iron Shell was unsuccessful in getting himself any kind of CS or XP whilst he was back in the fountain there, and now walking back to lane. Ouch.
I don't know if he has any mangoes left on the SF or not. I assume he doesn't, which is a little bit sad.
Yeah, he's going to be suffering on the whole mana front as he tries to secure some CS from that TA. Did she go for stick this time? Yeah, TA went for the stick once again. Already up to 6 charges. Very, very value. Oh, he did have another tag. Mango, sorry.
I don't know. This SF seems to have got off to a decent start. I think he should be happy.
Yeah, he's doing alright. He's just an extremely boring lane matchup at mid. I don't know. I know you like it, but for us less mechanically minded, they just kind of trade farm for a while and then go to the jungle. Meanwhile, charge comes through in the bottom lane. Spartan getting hit up by Milan here, but that's about it. Meanwhile, Bash also comes out fine. Milan's a very good Spirit Breaker player, though.
He bottles the regen rune. GG.
Oh god, that is a very, very disgusting rune to get.
Just
Milan's
charge
gonna get
him
another
up.
bash here, or you'll just charge him. Yeah. Oh, connect field, perfect from Smart. And Milan's going for the TP out here. Is he gonna make it back in time? Yes, he is. Just about. Luckily, the shield did not pop. The right clicks weren't enough to bring him down. So there goes the Spirit Breaker back home. Meanwhile, Lil firing out a couple of, well, many actually, more than a couple. Arctic Burns up in the top lane. Sneko not enjoying that one. Those strength supports do not have a good time under those.
You've been disrupted. They're trying to kill me.
Oh dear. I mean, it's so hard to play against this regen rune because he can just threaten so hard on the.
Borneo is turning this one around here, and Supreme, I'm not sure he's getting away from this one. Let's see, Borneo, can he keep up the pace? Supreme thinking of turning around, but that might be a little bit costly. Another refraction comes out. Doesn't want to go any further than that, though. Supreme will be left alive here. Borneo, absolutely no chill at all. Didn't this guy grab a regen rune? Because it does not look like it right now.
I thought he still had it in his bottle, and that's why he was playing so aggressive, but yeah, definitely did not.
Supreme,
I also don't agree with the SF using all his mana there to then, at the 4-minute rune, if he doesn't push the wave out there, the SF might just steal his rune away, and then his lane's really high.
Uh-oh, Sneko in some trouble getting beaten down. Skylark, does he have the bash of the deep? Doesn't seem to. There it comes in. One more right click, and that'll do the job. But Skylark might die in response. The bear gets one more hit off, and that's going to bring down the Skylark as well. But the first blood going to make it more than worth it for Lil and Skylark up at top. But still, losing your offlaner does hurt a little bit. Meanwhile, Saberlight, he's getting light and bolted up by Spartan. You
What?
really do not like. He's just dead. He's just
soaring.
Oh, no. Maybe he just had enough. He's just like, oh, screw it. Didn't want to live anyway. See you later. Meanwhile,
Yeah, I don't know
Milan
about
getting
that.
beaten up once again. TPing back to the base. Yeah, I don't know about that one either. I mean, maybe if he wanted to die, maybe he just wanted to get, like, the Iron Shell off on a creep as quickly as possible. Maybe he thought he could deny himself. Who knows?
Yeah, true. We should be very clear that you definitely can't deny yourself. So don't try that
I'm
at
gonna be
home,
the
kids.
first man ever to deny myself with soaring. Here we go. Oh. Kill the Iron Shell. Oh, he wants the damage from it. Skidder. What a guy. Unfortunately, he doesn't have shield on cooldown now, and he doesn't have the mana for it either. Milan chasing him into the tower. Kinetic Field going to come out. Skidder on the way. He's going to get himself to safety again. I can't believe he keeps getting away. Skidder will survive.
Milan dead?
And Milan, he is gone. This bottom lane is a lane of mistakes and regret so far for the chicken fighters, as they are getting massacred time and time again. Saberlight going for a jog, but it is really, really hard to keep on doing this, pulling and stacking stacking up creep waves against Spartan, because he's going to just... we've been here
Action
before,
replay.
haven't we? Yeah, is this a replay? Let's see. Is he going to Soul Ring? 5 seconds left. Don't do it, Saberlight. You've got so much left to live for. Meanwhile, Charlie gets killed by Lil up in the top lane. That's kind of huge, but we'll get to that in a minute, as it looks like there's a fight going on to Spartan right now. Stun comes out. Supreme's here as well. He's got a couple of razors to throw Spartan's way. They're going to blow him up, bring him down, and that is 164 gold going to Supreme.
Supreme's like, I really want all this farm. I really want to raise it. And Sablelight's like, you fucking dare touch my creeps. I swear
We have
to
been
God.
beaten, abused, trash. You're not coming to this lane, taking the kill and taking the creeps. Get back to your mid lane. You shit.
But yeah, I mean, these traps are out in the mid lane now, so SF has to be so scared. You need to get that bounty sentry in the mid lane to try and
Dire's middle tower
stop these traps from coming.
Sablight's really low again. Sablight's dead again. Boromir, meanwhile, he's
The
in some
body blocks.
trouble, yeah, and Refraction's going to be pretty useless against these Iron Shells. Meanwhile, the stun's coming in onto Milan here. Milan might drop. Skylark, though, also low as well. Will they turn around onto Supreme? Boromir's looking for it. He's got the Refraction. Martin comes in from behind, and they're going to have the damage to take down Supreme. Seneko comes running in forwards, but I'm not sure there's anything he can do. I think it's too late. I think he might be dying. In comes Saberlight, hasting himself forwards. He's got the Iron Shell. He really wants to try and make something happen here, but they just can't do it. They're going to have to let Boromir go, and that is a hard, bitter loss. As once again, aggressive mode come off successful in these trades, as it seems like they have every single time so far. Rude. Milan's actually so good on this hero. Always
This
gets it.
Darkseer just can't make the plays for the tempo of the game that is being set at the moment.
Yeah.
He's kind of just lacking behind a little bit, and they're desperately trying to make things happen with this Spirit Breaker, but it feels like he's not doing anything.
Yeah, they're finding more success with the supports on the side of aggressive mode, whilst those supports are also getting a lot more done. They're making the rotations and they're winning their lanes. Lil, meanwhile, he's going to be glimpsed back. I say that net worth is very, very close here. Just in like a last few right clicks worth of...
It's only because the Radiant supports are a little bit further ahead than the counterparts.
Yeah. True.
So in terms of cores, everything is very close still.
Saberlight, he's in some trouble once again. Silence is going to come out. The attack damage is there, and there's nothing he can do. He's just going to get run down by Skidder again and again and again. Ooh, dear. Death and bottom. Makes it, I think, the fourth.
Does he
death
have
for him.
Midas coming out on Abba?
He
He doesn't-
looked
he
like
must have
he
it-
was going for it last game. Because he had the Glove of Haste, but they never turned it into the Midas when he played Abaddon earlier.
Oh, he might have just had a Bracer come out or something then, maybe. I don't think he has the net worth yet to have a Midas. But
He went at 17.
Oh, no, he's going for wand
and... Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's not that
oh
bad,
dear.
Spartan could be in some trouble, but Milan's in some trouble as well. He's actually not going to be able to bring him down in time, as Lil's there with the Cold Embrace, keeping him alive. And it's Milan is the one who drops in the end. Chicken
Yeah, it
Fighters,
feels
this
like-
bottom lane. I mean, go ahead.
I don't know. Whenever I've seen Saberlight. Oh dear. Hang on.
He's having trouble, but they have got the Raw to send Skylark running back. Now Milan comes in with the charge. They need a root, they need a bash, and they will get it. When you roll enough dice, eventually one of them's going to land on 6, and that time it was a bash. Charlie grabs a kill onto Skylark there.
Yeah, I feel like I was gonna say whenever I've seen Saberlight play this Darkseer, it feels like it hasn't done enough. Like it's kind of just been like really underwhelming, and he's so far behind in net worth again.
I want to talk about something which the Shadow Fiend just did there, because he goes and takes that triple stacked hard camp, which also had 2 lots of trolls in it, right? I really think there's a case to be made for not taking that camp until you die. And then you go back there and you get your full souls up, especially as it's on the way to Roshan's pit. There's some real value in leaving that camp stacked and just not taking it until you die, and you need those souls back. But I also understand the fact that you need to keep your net worth up, but I really...
It's the fact that if you're not farming it, then you're leaving it, and that's a part of the map that you can't farm, right?
Yeah, that
Which
as
you
well.
can't really afford to do when you're playing SF when it's so close to.
The mid lane, yeah. That's it's something we never see anybody do at any point in the game, when later on it can be considered worth it, because sometimes if you're restricted on the map, it's really difficult to get your souls back up on Shadow Fiend. Oh, okay. Seneco's dead, then.
I want to point out that Skitter's doing the same thing as last time, by the way. He's got the Gloves of Haste, and now he's queued up a Radiance. So it might just be a casual Gloves of Haste is something that he feels is really good on this hero.
It makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
Get that
Sure.
silence off. Some high
I
octane
just-
jungling from Sableye. This is a gameplay we signed up to see.
I just would have thought he would have gone for something like a. I know it's a lot more expensive, but even something like a Yasha might be good. Just
It's a
for
lot more
the.
expensive, Mo Farah.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I guess Gloves of Haste is decent on the hero.
Yeah. What does he even turn it into, though?
I don't think he does.
No. Rolling up in onto the Slardar in the top lane, but Milan, he's just making his presence known. Making sure no one forgets him. Meanwhile, Sableye's dead at bottom. Sad.
I don't think we should be shocked.
No, no, Sableye. Not just today, but yesterday he did just do a pretty good job on keeping that number nice and high. Maybe not the number you want high, your deaths, but
That's fine.
yeah, Lil gets that 5 gold for his own illusion. His own worst enemy, himself.
That's it.
Milan's just running at them, but yeah, as you say, Curse is a pretty big threat. They've got no shortage of damage. They want to bring him down, so Milan backs himself away. Meanwhile, Boromir farming up as fast as he can. These two mid laners, as expected, as foretold, as we know will happen, just farming their pants off, trying to keep themselves at the top of the net worth. It's a battle of efficiency between the two of them, and they're just drawing even right now. Almost exactly on top of one another. Definitely a testament to
Ooh.
how balanced this game is, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say so. Nice haste rune top though. Could be a very volatile rune for the if the SF grabs it, for example, as well. But
Yeah,
it's
Lil's
like
on top of
they're always
it.
going to head over.
Spartan grabs it. He's got Static Storm in 9 seconds. Why not? They might be looking for an opening onto Charlie here. Spartan's up onto the high ground. They see him immediately popping that Mask of Madness and trying to chase him down, but he is a little bit too fast. Can't catch the hasted target. There's also a glimpse available on Spartan here. They might look for the bear if they do it. No? Maybe doesn't have it leveled yet.
He's going for this max bash again on the Spirit Breaker, though. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really a Spirit Breaker player, so I don't know like how good this. But I feel like it's all all in for damage, right? But
Yeah.
the charge speed and everything we talked about before is so important in my mind.
Mm-hmm. We need T Governor up here.
Spirit Breaker expert.
Absolutely. UK Spirit Breaker expert. That's his credentials in a nutshell.
I remember when he got to 7k for the first time, and he was like, "Yeah, I've worked out how to do it. I was playing against Arteezy, and I was playing Ogre, and I just stunned him every time he tried to get a creep and denied it, and that's how I got."
That's how I got to 7k. That's how anybody can get to 7k. Just play against Arteezy.
Yeah, just tilt him. It's
Stunning.
great.
Anyway, back to the game at hand, and it's 11-4 with a 2k gold advantage for aggressive mode. Feeling quite dominant and kind of just waiting for them to make a move so far. Meanwhile, Skidder, he's going to get stomped up. Going to sleep here. Skylark on the run, gets himself back nice and easily.
There's a charge coming in though.
Yeah, he's a tanky boy though. It's going to be tricky to bring down, especially with Lil TPing in. Thought one of the supports would be making their way over, and indeed they were. Look at the damage onto Milan here with the anti-armor, with the extra damage from the Arctic Burn. They've got the glimpse off onto him as well, just in time. Skylark times it perfectly. Sorry, not Skylark, Spartan. Give the credit where it is due. He timed it absolutely brilliantly and cancelled out that TP.
Trap. He sees the SF coming. He's like, "Oh god."
Yep.
Get me out.
Out of here. So again, just a nice little kill, keeping the ball in aggressive mode's court. They have their fingers on the pulse, and they are not really giving Chicken Fighters a chance to have a look in this game. Meanwhile, Fear out actually here as he might be in some trouble, but in comes the Nako, but look at the bear, he's just getting beaten down. Silence going to come out with a nice vacuum here. They've got them rooted inside the wall, but in comes a Static Storm. The response is big. Meanwhile, Sablelight's the one who's going to drop first inside the Static. Look at the damage! Oh my god, Charlie just gets wrecked. Nako going down as well, it looks like. Yep, he will disappear. Skylark could be one return kill with the ulti from Milan committed, but he's got to run himself away here. Skidder doesn't want to break through that wall, so Milan will escape. 3 heroes dead on the side of Chicken Fighters, though, only getting 1 in response, and that's going to be the Slardar.
I saw the Spirit Breaker in the trees up above though. See Barney just running. Trying to
Yeah,
hunt
they
him.
might have him here. Milan's in some trouble, and there's the Arctic Burn. There's the damage from Bornea. Tries to run away, but there is no escaping Bornea's meld strikes.
Dire's
Oh, this hero does so much damage.
Yep.
Absolutely bonkers.
The TA effect coming online a little bit earlier than the Shadow Fiend, being a little bit more of a hero.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Do you take the talent at level 10 on TA? I assume you do. I think it's attack speed and something else.
I'm not too sure what it is, but
Is under attack.
I know Shadow Fiend has great level 10 talents, so I'm sure TA does as well, as these heroes are basically very similar to one another. Meanwhile,
Oh my
Van
God.
in the pit, Roche's CCTV system. Willshaw's getting stomped up, but TA grabbed the Aegis in time, so no effect.
I think they kill Roche before Seneca can put the spirit out and stomp, just because they have Slardar TA.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
dear.
Spartan playing a dangerous game here. Yeah, he might get... Where's the roots? Hello? Okay, alright. Spartan gets out for free. And then bringing in Lil as well. Meanwhile, there's a fight going up in the north jungle here. It looks like they're going for something. Wall has been dropped. They're trying to go for Skylark, but Skylark's on the run with a shield on top of him as well. Very tricky for them to finish the job here. Skylark will get himself away. The Slardar survives.
I mean, yeah, still nearly all the lead though on this Radiant side is just in the supports. Like, if you look at the net worths, it's insane. Lil has about the same net worth as the Darks here. And
He's
Spartan's
awfully
doing
rich and,
1,000 ahead of Seneca.
Yeah, Sableye is awfully poor. Blink away from Bornea, but Milan tracks him down, throws down the ultimate while Ursula goes on in the backlines, but there's a bash coming in, finally connecting onto Bornea. Can they finish the job here? 3 raises, but she did manage to get off the reflection, and now, Manta out of the pit, but gets glimpsed straight back in. Supreme now being hasted away. Vacuum going to try and hold them back. Supreme on the run. He's going to just pop the shrine for a little bit of value, go for the ultimate, but he's going to get stunned up. What do you do now, Supreme? Still on the run. There's a trap onto him as well. We want to watch Lil run away from... It's for Lone Druid, apparently. Back to the action, and Supreme is dead and buried. Lil killed Charlie. What?
Did the bear just kill the hero?
Yeah. The bear just
What
killed the
the
hero.
hell?
Man.
They will just tip Lil as well, and they're like, oh my goodness, what a play.
Isn't that the best way to win, to be honest? When you've got Lil on your team, just tip him all the time, keep him happy. Just give him your shards.
Please, Lil, don't hurt me. Just take my money. It's okay. I didn't want to eat anyway.
Goodness me. 18 minutes into this game. And aggressive mode living up to their name right now. They are running down Chicken Fighters' throats, and there does not seem to be much response from Chicken Fighters just yet. They've tried to fight, and it hasn't been working out great for them. This TA Slardar combo seems really, really strong for them.
Dire's top tower is
Oh, it's the fact they have the TA with the Slardar as well, so they literally just blow people up so quickly.
Yep, that's been brutal. Meanwhile, Lil, he's getting jump spawn here, but this guy, he's level 13. Milan's lonely level 8. These are both 4 positions, by the way. Yeah, this one has just solo killed the enemy core, the enemy carry nonetheless, so that's where your difference lies.
I assume the bear must have just activated Mask of Madness and then Lil pressed ult on the hero. And the bear was like, no, daddy, I'm sorry.
Radiant are scanning.
So Supreme,
Oh, he took the damage talent. That's probably how he killed him.
if he had it. I think he might have triple leveled when he killed the guy, though. I really don't know
Level
if he had
6 before that.
it. I think it was level 9 when he killed him. I'm not sure, though. Maybe he did have a damage count, and that's how he brought him down. Hard to say. Meanwhile, yeah, 19 and 5. Chicken Fighter's really, really struggling here, but they have got the Druid. They've got the late game timings. If they can get there, they will feel much better about things. Shadow Fiend now with a Manta finished off. Just going to get rid of that Corrosive Haze once. And you can even use it to dodge out the Glimpse, but it's an incredibly difficult one to do because Glimpse doesn't have a fixed time. It's based on the distance. Spartan has been seen here, and I don't think there's much hope of survival here. Can they finish the job, though? They need one more raise, and they get it wrong. No vision for Spartan. Finally, the sentry goes down, but it's
Dire are scanning.
Spartan getting away just about.
Spartan's loving life, by the way. He has this Philosopher's Stone. He's like, oh, I'm getting net worth, guys. That's probably why he's so much higher than Seneca. One of the reasons.
One of the reasons, yeah. The other reason being the fact that his team are destroying.
Tower gold.
BKB finished up on TA, and Abaddon, he's heading towards that Radiance pretty damn quickly.
It feels like they're about to hit a massive timing, doesn't it?
does
Unfortunately,
indeed.
when they get that Radiance, they're not going to have the Aegis anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, so
So
kind of
that's
counter
pretty-
timings, but it just means they're still strong. They're still ahead. They can take any fight that's given to them, any opportunity that comes up, and aggressive mode will jump on it with open arms.
I've just realised, by the way, they have the vacuum into Savage Raw combo as well. So we talked about the Hokey Cokey.
True.
It's still
Well,
kind of...
yeah. Well, I mean, they
And
still
with
got
the
vacuum into
Requiem as
SF
well.
as well. Yeah, they've still got the Okie Koki. It just doesn't have the sleep setup.
But I think Savage Raw is easier to like instantly do into the vacuum.
Somewhat, yes. I mean, I kind of like it when you put the wall of replica behind them and then roll them into it. Not that strong,
Yeah.
but it's cute. It's cute. So there's your Aegis running out, and there's nearly your Radiance coming up.
I hate when people do this. It's
Make sure
goddamn
flying
spam.
heroes. Yeah, flying heroes just fall to the ground when they're not flapping their wings, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, thank you, Rain.
Good job, Rain. Keeping it legit. Smoke is
Uh-oh.
up, and they might have found themselves a higher value target than usual here, and they'll bring him down. A 3-time kill streak killed off, but they're going for the bear in the meanwhile. Charlie needs to get himself away, slowed up by Boromir. Glimpse back, no counterplay to this. Charlie's brought down in response, and that is a worthwhile trade. And Lil's actually brought back for this. They want to make something happen. In comes the Waldo, in comes Yalta. Lil has boots of travel. They weren't expecting this. Supreme needs to get himself out. He's going to try and pop the ultimate. Is that going to be enough space for him to get
Lil's
away from this
dead.
one? Looks like he will. Meanwhile, Lil catches a raid. What? He catches a... what?
He got hit
killed
by
him?
the edge of the Requiem and then
How
just
did
died.
he kill him?
Dire's bottom
He just bought back and came into it, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Where did his health go? Okay, interesting.
Him from the Dark Seal Ward as well. I think they were
Yeah.
all...
Pounding down on him. Good night. All right, Milan on the run up onto the high ground. Boromir nearly gets the razors, side blades off onto him. Meanwhile, vacuum into Stomp, keeping Boromir still. Boromir in some real trouble despite the invis. They might be able to run her down all the same. Have they got the damage though? Have they got the catch? Skidder just pounding into them from behind, but he's got a Radiance as well. Doesn't need to be doing that much though. And there comes the ultimate, healing him right the way back up again with these ion shells, but they're just going to stay on top of Skidder here, and Skidder will finally get brought down. That's your carry gone. TA did manage to get out okay in the end. She got to the tree, she TP'd out, but unfortunately, Skidder does not. And that's going to be a great fight for the Chicken Fighters. So they managed to bring down Lil and then bring down the Abaddon as well. And of course, Seneko squeezing a buyback out of him at the very least for aggressive mode, but... good stuff from Chicken Fighters. They're holding their nerve. Despite the tides being against them, they're just holding on, keeping the game going, trying to get to that late game situation where their Spirit Bear can be the boss of these fights.
Oh, wow, I even went for the night vision talent as well over the health. I feel like it's in a game like this where it's so easy to get bursted down quickly, I thought he might have gone for that just to be a little bit more tanky.
Yeah, doesn't Slardar have a night vision talent as well?
It's like 1,000 though. I think it's at level 20.
Seems odd
Radiant's
to...
bottom tower is under
Does he
attack.
get it?
I don't know.
Oh, I guess we'll see.
I can't remember what the other one is on Slardar. I get it most of the time, I think, when I've played it
Radiant
before,
are
but
scanning.
I'm not 100%. I'll look it up while you can't.
Go for it. Yeah, not the BKB reveal of dreams from Boromir, but they definitely have plenty of ways to deal with the BKB TA. Needs to be enabled a little bit more. Tide Storm, a strong spell, but can bait you in the wrong situations.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Curse?
top, hello, bottom
lane?
lane, bottom lane. There's the worst curse coming out, and they're just desperately pinging. Spartan is over the moon with Lil's performance this game as he just keeps on solo killing Charlie. A
The
four
other
position.
talent, 20 on Slardar was lifesteal, by the way. So, yeah, you usually get the night.
Right. Goodness gracious. So, Butterfly now picked up on the Shadow Fiend. It's something, it's a timing, it's some more damage for Chicken Fighters. And they're seemingly relying on him right now as unfortunately Charlie has taken one too many deaths
Under attack.
from Lil. Is there any misplay coming out from Charlie here that's led him to die twice solo to Lil?
You just don't put your hero next to the bear.
has fallen.
And that kind of stops that from happening. You kind of just keep the hero a little bit further away.
Are scanning.
I know it's easier said than done, but I feel like once you die to it once, you should be always thinking about it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, if he's alive and he's not seen on the map, then your bear should not be close to you, especially that far into the enemy map, especially with the Boots of Travel as well. To be honest, anywhere if you're farming creeps. But maybe he needs a Dragon Lance on the main, on the Lone Druid.
Ah, it's just a waste of gold. Like, you just need to
know.
not put your hero within distance.
I was cappering a bit.
Just a bit.
Yes.
Oh, he's going to bottle that DD ready for the Roche
Love
fight.
the
Interesting.
sarcasm. Smart. Smart move. Yeah. Supreme going to take a side blade and a blast as well. He's got himself these spider legs to get himself to safety up onto the high ground next to his teammates.
Oh, he has
nice
a butterfly.
sentries.
Oh.
Yes, he does indeed. It was mentioned.
But that's a
Repair
really-
Kit, Enchanted Quiver.
Why would you go butterfly over something? I guess like the evasion's really good, right? But I feel like the hits that you do take are just going to be too much still. Like, is AC
Still
not
gives
just
you
more
armor.
effective HP? Yeah, but is AC not?
Well, the Druid's going to go there, isn't he?
Wow, is he?
Is he? it will help him versus Lil, which I think is what he needs most right now. Of course, AC very good
Dire's bottom
against
tower is under attack.
Winter Wyvern. Armor
Winter
is
Wyvern.
fairly nice. Winter Wyvern. Skidder just constantly pushing out this bottom lane. He is going for the Manta next. That's what we expected to see. Perhaps a little bit early on, but still going for it anyway. So this is going to allow him to just get that E off super duper quickly. Curse of the Menace
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
slowing and silencing his target and allowing him to hit them much, much quicker.
And this casual gloves of haste thing, I'm still interested in. I wonder if it is actually effective.
One would expect so. I mean, I don't know why else he'd get it.
Well, I don't know. Like, is it worth the 500 gold you spend on it at the start of the game? It must be, right? If,
Yeah.
I guess if you're going Radiance, it's like an item you would go. But if you were getting
that
like,
he sold it now, yeah, I'm just surprised that it's nothing he was working into from it. He literally just bought it and sold it. Oh, Chicken Fight looking for something here. In comes a charge in onto the Disruptor. If they can take him down before he gets his ultimate, and he can. There's the damage, and well, unfortunately, man's going to be taking a bit here, but not that much as Lil. He's got to be careful. The right clicks from Supreme are very, very damaging. Disruptor does have a buyback, does have an ultimate, and has a Shrine to TP to as well. So a Roche fight won't really be possible, but the bear gets destroyed by Boronier with a double damage rune. That's 300 gold in the bank for Boronier, and a bear only on 1 life left. They kill the main druid, or if they kill the bear again, then there will be no bear for a while.
poor bear. Oh no.
Druid
And
is
this
just
TA
being dunked on time and time again.
This TA is so far ahead in net worth. It's 5k ahead of the SF.
Yeah. She's a
When
beast.
are people gonna stop Boronier playing TA? That's the question.
Is that
He has a
Bloodthorn? That's
blood-
a full
Jesus.
Bloodthorn. Nice butterfly, dude. Nice butterfly. No BKB on the Shadow Fiend. He's actually going straight in for the Satanic, but when he sees his Bloodthorn, he might have to change his mind here. I'm not so sure. Boronier, though, walking past the pit, and they don't know that there is a Shadow Fiend hiding in there.
Imagine if he just bloodthorns whoever gets cursed as well. Like, they just die.
Yeah. Yeah, the extra damage is fairly intense as there's some razors thrown out. Chicken fighters, they are a bit chicken right now. Do not want to be running into aggressive mode at all.
He's really close to Ags, actually, on Slardar. Only 100 gold away. Wow.
He's going to have his own little paddling pools.
Did you ever used to own a paddling pool when you were a kid that you would put in the garden?
Not personally, but my parents owned one.
Oh, you didn't just go out and buy it as a kid? No.
No, I didn't have that big boulder energy around me. But
Wyvern has Enchanted Quiver, by the way, as well. That's so good.
the range is absurd. Also, I like this Dragon Scale plus Radiance. It's a really nice little stacking DPS. Well, Roche looks like it's being started here. And everyone's just being super aggressive with their positioning. Oh, never mind, they're actually trying to go onto the bear, but the bear's surviving for now. Well, the SF Illusion's just clicking on somebody here. Meanwhile, Milan just charging through everybody. That's very brave. And now the Winter's Curse comes down onto Saberlight. Will they bring him down in time? Yes, they will. The damage is there. Saberlight gone for the count. No buyback either as they get started onto the... Oh, Spirit Breaker getting stunned up, but he's okay inside the range of the Shrine. Supreme TPs himself away in front of everybody, but does make it away. But unfortunately, Milan might not be so lucky. Trying to get the charge, but not going to happen. Sludder is so annoying. Oh, no, Charlie. He gets evaporated. He gets his potato mashed by the side of aggressive mode, trying to TP himself to safety. He saw Shadow Fiend going it and said, that's a neat trick. I'm going to give that one a go. But unfortunately, he just eats the dirt so quickly there. Absolutely destroyed. And yeah, Roshan's not really lasting too long here, is he? Having a bit of a nightmare. Roshan CCTV barely gets a chance to turn on.
That was difficult to kill. Wow.
I'm so glad Dota has this big raid boss in the middle of the map, which is really tough to bring down and really forces you to bring a lot to that fight. I want a Roshan.
He is just going to walk
badly.
up
Dire's middle tower
man to the tower straight away.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Oh, the repair kit.
Ooh. Okay. It's going to do something. It's annoying at the very least. They could go to the top tower if they wanted, but they want to flex on them. They want to be like, we don't care about your repair kit, but I wonder if that will cost them. Meanwhile, Milan's just having some fun. Nice wall coming out, though. The damage is huge. The damage is... They're going to take down the Aegis just like that. Skidder as well. Bird time being popped. Essentially... 2 Aegis, if you like, being caught by that. Meanwhile, oh god, the damage on the side of Shadow Fiend just tears apart his teammate. Meanwhile, it's tearing apart the enemy team as well. They need to get themselves back. Supreme, happy to stay on the front lines. The ultimate comes out, but that is going to be a life cause for that one. Meanwhile, in comes the Static Storm onto the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend, though, running forwards once more. Skylight's on top of him, but the bear, he's just getting annihilated. Charlie's got to go in by himself now. He's got to commit something to this fight, so he's just going in naked without a bear, but Supreme's getting blown up in the backlines. He does have a buyback if he wants to come back into this one. But unfortunately, with Milan going down here, Saneko Wiz going to fall as well. I don't think there's much Chicken Fighters can do about this one. They've got to wait for the respawns. But will they be able to? They might just take this tower and go for the tier 4s. Aggressive mode might see their opening. Supreme in the front lines here. Skidder's coming over. Charlie as well doing what he can, but he is just a naked man. Supreme's in trouble. He's going to get brought down again. Boromir finds him in the back lines, blinking back. Charlie in trouble as well. He's under the tier 4s, but there is no safety given from this. Saberlight's going to try and make something happen, but unfortunately you cannot make something from nothing. And just like that, Saberlight goes down. The GG is called. And the game goes to aggressive mode. Game number 1 slapped down on the table by aggressive mode. Chicken Fighters, you are going to have to fight harder than that for your spot at the Hainan Invitational because aggressive mode are hungry for it.
Yeah, I feel like Chicken Fighters look so much better when they don't pick this dark set. I know it's something that Saberlight's probably comfortable with it himself, but I don't know whether they're just not playing around the hero properly or what's happening, but it feels like it's just something that's not working whenever I see them play.
They have to keep it together now, though. They have to try and keep their cool. It's a best of 3. It is not a best of 5. They do not get a second chance anymore. This was it. This was their first chance. Now they need to make things happen. 2 back-to-back wins are required from Chicken Fighters. Aggressive mode just looking so dominant. Boromir on his TA, Lil on his Wyvern just shutting down Charlie's Lone Druid. This is such a huge counter pick, which they just didn't see coming on the side of Chicken Fighters.
Yeah, I really